Extraction shooters are a very intense genre of games. They require a lot of time and effort, and some people aren't really willing to sink hundreds of hours, into Tarkov just to get good and, fucking lose their loot to a Chad camping in a bush. This list will be a few extraction shooters that are very fun and addictive and don't require to be the best gamer in the world or sink a lot of time to get good at. Now, I'm not saying these are super easy games, but I am saying they're alternatives for Tarkov, basically. First one I want to go over is Incursion Red River. This is a PvE only game, and I believe it's in early access, so keep that in mind. And it can be played up to with, I believe, a crew of 4. This game is pretty good. It's basically easy Tarkov. It's very similar. You have your hideout or your little shack, right? And you can upgrade shit in it that, does shit for you. You get missions, you go do the missions, that type of shit. This game is pretty good, and there's a lot of content to keep you motivated. The price point of $21.99, like that's not $20 basically. You definitely get at least 20 hours of content. The gunplay is pretty good. And the map design is actually pretty good. It's very fun and it's pretty immersive, except there is quite a lot you won't notice for a while, but there is like weird terrain where like there's just invisible walls and stupid places that shouldn't be there. And for the guns, some of their recoil, for example, an AK, like I feel like it just kicks crazy, way more than it should. Maybe I'm just bad at controlling recoil, I don't know. The AI is also kind of hard to talk about because this game, this is a great positive. You can tweak the AI however you want. But I find if they're not on the highest difficulty in like simulation thing, they seem kind of shitty. And even still, like sometimes they seem bad when they're far away, or if you're just watching them, they look silly. But when you start getting in fights with them, most of the time they're crazy. Pretty good. For example, me and my friend were playing. I might have a clip. I'll show it if I can. And we come out to this warehouse, and there's like 4 AI, and we're both in like the same spot shooting at one. We kill him, and the other guy fucking flanks us, like, which I know isn't anything crazy. It's not like that's not the fucking crazy shit in the world, but it's cool. Now, something that makes this game terrible for me, and I hate playing it, which I hate to say, is the performance. I have really bad performance issues, and I don't know why. But I will say, none of my friends, I know 3 other people have played this game, none of them have performance issues. So I don't know if this is actually a thing that's happening to other people or not. But yeah, if you want kind of like a Tarkov PvE experience, but more relaxed, a little new, something different. I will say the map designs are pretty fun. They're pretty cool. I'm gonna give this game a 7.5. I think it's pretty good. And $20, I definitely recommend it on sale, which is what I got it for. Even better. Number 2 is Hunt Showdown. Now this is gonna probably be a hot take because a lot of people shit on this game for having too many sweats, which is kind of true, but people are really dramatic. I am pretty new to this game. I only have about 15 hours, I believe, into it, and I'm definitely not that good. But I managed to do okay, even against higher-level players, unlike Tarkov. Now, something about this game which is good, there's no fucking armor or bulletproof helmets that can take 50 rounds. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean if you play Tarkov. If you have the patience to learn this game, it's good. The sound design is some of the best I've ever heard in gaming. Especially extraction shooters, it's fucking fantastic. The maps are also super highly detailed, very fun to fight through and just explore. The vibe of this game is like a southern, swampy vibe, with a little bit of, zombies and like monsters and shit, which I love. You don't need to be, for example, in most extraction shooters, you have your stash or whatever. You bring out your loot. If you die with it, you lose it. In this game, you don't have you don't have a stash. You do have an inventory technically, but it's like there's a store, right? And you get $100 or whatever the fuck it is, and you buy your loot. And you can buy your loot and not bring in. It stays with that hunter, I think, unless they die. But like it's not expensive at all, really, to buy stuff. So it's like you're not losing a whole lot when you die in this game, which may be a turnoff for some people. But I find this game's combat is very rewarding. You have to be pretty precise. You can't just unload a whole bunch of bullets and call it a day. You can, but that's not going to go well. It's really about aim in this game, I would say. And map knowledge is also pretty important. But luckily, this game does have a map, and it shows you where you are, which I do like. Like I said, this game does have a lot of people who are really good, so it might be kind of hard to get into. But until you're level 11, you go against either low-level players or AI. So it gives you a bit to learn the game, which is very good. And all the guns are great to use. They all sound very nice. They feel nice. They look awesome. They all got that cowboy vibe. This is probably the hardest game on the list. But I'm probably making it sound a lot worse than it is. It's not that bad. For $30 retail and 10 on sale, I think I got it for 10 or maybe 15 on sale. This game is great. Matches are max of 45 minutes long. So like if you're employed, you come home from your 8-hour, fucking 10-hour, 12-hour ball crushing shift, and you just want to hop in, play a match or two because you don't have that much time. This game's pretty good. You don't have to really worry about gear fear too much, so you don't have to fucking be nervous. You just go in and fucking have a great time. This game is a 9 out of 10. I really love this game so far. I really want to play more of it. And I really recommend it to you. Third game we're going to talk about is called Hole. You have probably heard of the other games on this list, but not this one. This is the most unique extraction shooter I have ever played or seen. Definitely the most unique on this list. It is an indie game, which is great. I love indie games. And this game has the best art design. Hunt Showdown does have a good vibe, but the menus don't even get me started on the menus. I should have talked about that. The menus in Hunt Showdown are terrible, and the UI is pretty shitty, but whatever. Doesn't really affect the game. Anyway, Hole. This game has like a minimalistic vibe to it with its map design and kind of enemy design, but it's very sleek and clean. Something I do like for an indie game that's an extraction shooter, this game has 3 different factions based on their mask color, and they do fight each other. The AI can be a little weird. Sometimes they'll shoot you, but their gun isn't actually aimed at you sometimes, which happens, or very rarely. I've only seen it happen like once or twice, but it has happened, so I will mention it. This game is very fun. It's kind of scary. I don't know why it scares me. Like I'm nervous when I play extraction shooters sometimes, but this game, like, I'm like scared. Like it feels like a horror game. I think it's just the vibe though, and the audio. The audio is also very good. I also want to say this game has a good amount of content for not being very expensive. Yeah, for $5, you can get a lot of content. Something I do want to mention, which is really fun, you have to actually like cock the gun, so you have to like, you have to cock the slide back, whatever, to shoot it, which is just a nice little touch of immersion. The gameplay is very good. The leaning is pretty bad though. You can lean and it gives me like bad motion sickness. Maybe that's just me though. The vibes of this game and quality for an indie game is amazing. Very fun and unique. Very different. For a game after work, you can play for 20 minutes to 3 hours straight. This is a great game. Whether you did have a 24-hour shift or not, it doesn't require. Matches won't take that long. Yeah. I give Hole an 8.5. Very good extraction shooter, and it isn't scared to be different. I recommend it, especially for $5. Cheapest game on the list. Number 4 is Arena Breakout Infinite. Now, this is probably the most popular game on the list, I would imagine. And it's a free game, which might make you skeptical, but this game's pretty fucking awesome. The map design is pretty great, and the graphics are also very good and smooth, especially for a free game. There is AI, but also players. AI is pretty dog shit, which is fine. They're just kind of there to shoot at you and, make noise and shit. And that's kind of okay. They serve their purpose. Could they be better? Yeah. And if they were better, it'd be more immersive, but that's okay. I will say, if you're looking for a super, super immersive game, this game doesn't do it very well to me. It is immersive, but there's just a lot of HUD in UI, I feel like, which kind of pulls me out, unlike Tarkov and games like that. The gunplay is pretty great in this game, and it's actually pretty in-depth, too, with the gunsmith. You can spend hours making crazy builds for, like, all the fucking guns in the game. It has a lot of cosmetics and crossovers, which it doesn't really shove down your throat super bad. Some free games are really bad about that, and it's like, you load it up, it's like, spend all your money. So, yeah. Very casual game. Super casual. Some people can definitely be super sweaty, especially the higher rank you go. But if you don't want to go against crazy people, you don't have to go. You don't like, because every map has like 3 difficulties, and I believe each one makes it. You go against higher level players and shit. So, a match so far is like 20 to maybe 40 minutes most. I want to say, or 30 minutes. It's pretty fast paced. It feels more arcadey. It's still tactical, but not super, super tactical. This game is very great for a free game, especially if you really want to play Tarkov, but you really don't want to fucking deal with people that are really good at the game. This game's a great option. This probably has hundreds of hours of content, and it's fun with friends. Great for after your hard, foreskin peeling shift. Great game. I recommend it. Now, these are the 4 games I'm recommending you if you want an extraction shooter that's more casual. But before I let you leave and go play these games for yourself, I want to cheat a little bit and offer one more game/game series that isn't an extraction shooter, but it feels like it in the gunfights and even the world design a little bit, and that is Stalker. Any of them. Now, let me say this real quick. I've only played Stalker 2, but I have watched a lot of content of the older Stalkers and Stalker Anomaly and Gamma. But Stalker 2, from my experience so far, about 50 hours into the game, it feels like an extraction shooter sometimes. Now, there's no extracting. It's an open world, kind of sandbox game, right? But the gunplay is very good. When you get into certain, gunfights, it feels very like you clench your ass cheeks a little bit, especially, if you don't have a lot of heals. Great game, great atmosphere. Probably one of the best atmospheres in video games. You can say whatever you want about the game and the AI and stuff. There is problems, but it's a great game. I want to give Stalker a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it an 8 though. But if you want something that's feels still tactical and great guns and stuff, and very, very immersive game, but you don't want to play an extraction shooter, play Stalker. Trust me. If Stalker 2 doesn't run on your PC well, or you have a shitty PC, play Stalker Anomaly or the old Stalker trilogy. Hopefully one of these games have piqued your interest, because I think they're all fantastic. If I had to make you play one, I would say Hunt Showdown. Incursion's great, but for me the performance is bad. I don't know why. Hole's very fun if you want something unique. And Arena Breakout's just a fun, casual Tarkov. Let me know what extraction shooters you employed ones play. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want. Yeah, and let me know what you guys think. I want to start doing some gameplay videos of just like matches in Tarkov, or stuff like that. I don't want to just do reviews, but I just don't really know how to. I haven't found my formula yet. You know what I'm saying? So, let me know. Anyway, that's about it.